Sanergy is a foreign company run by local Kenyans at Ruben. The company started some 3 years back with an aim of providing proper sanitation to marginal areas, specifically the slums, where sanitation is at its worst phase.
If you look at Mukuru in terms of sanitation, the need was great. And so once we came here and did some bit of surveys, it was easier for us to kind of work with the people and get into the community. Obviously, there are lots of other people that are working in other areas, but for us, this was like the starting point, and we do intend to launch into other areas.
Started in 2011, Sanergy company decided to provide a complete sanitation program chain in terms of business aimed at providing good sanitation, at the same time providing jobs to the local community through its modern toilets franchised as Fresh Life.
The idea came from a group of 3 guys who are studying at MIT in the US, and they came up with this project which was approved and got some funding, and then they launched it in the country. So Kenya was like the first launch pad.
To start with, the pilot project was to start at Ruben, a Kenyan slum situated east of the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. The idea of setting up this business was informed on the basis that 2.6 billion people do not have access to adequate sanitation. The result, disease and water pollution, caused 1.7 million deaths and loss of $84 billion in worker productivity each year. In Kenya's slums, 8 million people lack access to adequate sanitation. Ruben is an economically challenged society, and a great population feels there is no any other better chance of existence. But despite the fact waste affluent is the last thing this society will want to see, Sanergy company has introduced modern class toilets that have even employed a good population around. The first part of the model was to build and franchise a dense network of low-cost sanitation centers, eventually expanding to every block of the slum. Each center provides basic high-value services, clean toilets. Having a small footprint and low cost to construct, each center is designed to service a customer base of 77 people.
The idea of Fresh Life emerged as a result of seeing the kind of environment that the urban sanitation people work in. I'm sure you've walked through the community and you've seen the state of the sanitation. It's not really something that is, up to standard. And if you look at the number of interventions that have been done in the past, some of them have not been very effective because somebody comes, puts up a toilet, but then after some time, there's no sustainability. And so we looked at how do we address the whole value chain in terms of looking at providing sanitation for people, but also taking care of the waste so that the environment remains clean.
These centers are franchised to local entrepreneurs with direct financing from a local microfinance bank and the day-to-day operation of the facility. The franchisees earn income through pay-per-use fees, membership plans, and sale of complementary products to toilet users. The income generation potential is a natural incentive for the franchisees to maintain the facilities and provide good customer service. We had a chance to visit some of the 100 toilets constructed for customers in the interior of Ruben. Jonathan Mwenda is one of the entrepreneurs at his early 20s who have taken the toilet as his business.
Mimi naona kuna choo zingine mapit latrine huko mingi, labda bei rahisi zinakaa naweza ingia.
Unaona hizi
tofauti na hii.
Tofauti hii inakuwa kana ile yani medical cleaning yani unaona ni smart, alafu yani kuna spray, everything inatolewa, but smell hakuna. Una attract more customers.
He says the worst day for him, he makes 500 shillings and at most getting 2,000 daily. Rather than septic tanks, pit latrines or sewer systems, the EcoSan system used in the sanitation centers deposits the waste in airtight containers. These containers of urine and feces are collected on a daily basis by a waste collector using handcarts. Each day, Sanergy employees collect the full containers of waste from Fresh Life Toilets operators and provide them with clean, empty containers. The containers full of waste are brought to their central processing facility. Benedict is one of the sanitary engineers who go around Mukuru kwa Ruben with a cart, collecting the waste in all their 100 toilets around.
Hii kazi imeokolea kijiji sana. Juu ungekuta hauwezi kufika kutoka hapa mpaka sehemu fulani kwa kuto uchafu hapo kwa njia. Lakini sasa vijiji mingi zimeimprove sana. Especially kama Rube. Imekuwa juu sana. Juu hizi choo mostly nyingi ziko Rube. Job by the way hunisaidia na niokoleanga maisha ya kila siku. Kama works kama zile zingine mtu anaweza kujivunia.
He is inspired to do this job to see that children in the area do not contract diseases associated with poor sanitation.
Kampuni hii yetu tunaona mpaka saizi imeleta sura moja tofauti sana kwa hizo hapo awali, kwa sababu ni choo ambaye ni choo ya kipekee. Okay, haina harufu na zaidi haina hinzi kwa sababu haitumii maji.
The waste is then taken to a waste management center owned by Sanergy. The processing facility efficiently converts human waste into biogas through industrial scale anaerobic digestion process.
Kitu ya kwanza ni kucollect hiyo waste iko ndani. Tunaitoa na kuikea sana in case kusikue na spillage yoyote. Sasa after that naangalia kuna sanitary bin yupo hapo ndani. Naangalia iko aje, kama iko na kitu unatoa, kama hakuna then the next day.
Victor is the waste processing manager at Sanergy.
Okay, waste kisha toka pale hivyo kwa choo huko hivyo nje ikafika hapa kwa site, tuna kitu ya kwanza ni kuziweka kwa kipimo ambaye ni ratili. Tunachukua kilo ya mkojo na kilo ya kinyesi, na baada ya hapo hivyo tunazichukua tunaziweka pale hivyo kwa mabox ambaye zinafanya kuiva pale.
These wooden boxes you see around are the ones that store the solid waste for a period of 6 months where it undergoes fermentation. Its temperature is taken on a daily basis to determine its boiling rate.
Mpaka saizi mali imefika, ukiangalia inaendelea kuiva na uwezi jua ni kinyesi iko ndani kwa saizi, kwa sababu imezibwa na mura vizuri. Na zaidi bado ukiangalia karatasi nyeusi ambayo iko juu, hiyo karatasi inazuia ile maji kukuja, ile maji ambayo inaweza kuwa inamwagika ndani ama chafu zingine.
Kama hii imeshatolewa kwa box, tunaweka hapa ikauke haraka. Juu ikiwa kwa box ziko fix sana, ziweze kauka haraka. Sasa tunaweka hapa ikauke, na sasa tunapima hizi, tunaangalia temperature. Tuangalie kama bado ile joto iko juu ama imereduce.
Initially at product conception, that was the idea. So the idea was to address the whole value chain in terms of sanitation. So for example, when you're talking about building toilets, it's not just about putting up the infrastructure. So what do you do with the waste after that? Because a lot of the toilets that you have seen in the community, most of them end up getting the waste into the drainage or into the rivers. So we needed to have a way of addressing the entire value chain. So how do you do, what do you do with the waste once people have already used the toilets?
After 6 months, the waste is taken out and laid in a heap to cool with its temperature regulated to ensure it ranges between 30 and 40 degrees, after where it is taken to the laboratory to determine whether the fertilizer is ready to be packed for market consumption.
Nimelearn about kila kitu inaweza work as long as uko na bidii ya kufanya kazi. Juu sikujua kunaweza chukua waste turn to manure. Juu kitambo tulikuwa kuna vitu waste hakuna mwenye alikuwa haja, na then hii kazi imefanya slums zikuwe safi. Zile flying toilets zimeisha. Jo tunajenga choo na tunachukua ndio tupate waste ya ku turn to manure.